What is going on, fellas? How you doing today?
Doing great, man.
Yeah, absolutely. God, I love this guy's energy, man.
Yes.
So, familiar faces, obviously, Kevin Kaufman, Fred Weaver, Curtis Johnson in the house.
Don't worry about me. This is about Mark, man. This is a big deal. It's exciting.
Absolutely. Like, Mark, thank God you're here because, like, Curtis barely calls me back. So I'm just glad you were here because he told me he wanted to meet you.
Anyways, welcome to eXp, Mark.
Yeah.
Welcome. Big deal. Exciting.
I'm so stoked, guys. Like, so stoked to be part of this tribe, part of this family, getting to have conversations with, frankly, just shooting straight guys like you who have been doing this way longer than me and are miles out in front of me. Being able to just be on this phone call to me is like, I gotta pinch myself for a minute. Am I dreaming right now? So incredibly excited, man. Honored to spend some time.
Man, you say that, but like every time I think about what you've accomplished in your short 17 months in the industry, we're like, trust me, we're all going, Mark, give us what you got. Tell us what you're doing, man, because you are crushing it, my friend. And for someone like yourself to already be top agent in this company and 17 months in and then go, you know what, I got to make a move. Like, I got to make a change. I think that says a lot about you and the fact that you've got a big vision for your life and for your business and where it's going. And so first of all, I want to say hats off to you. We love to be around folks like you. But I think the question we all want to know is, what was it that made you go, man, I'm going to make a move and go hang out with these knuckleheads?
Yeah, who is Mark and what brought you here? That would be my question for you, man.
Yeah, who is Mark? Mark is, somebody who is relatively completely new to the industry. Been hustling for 17, 18 months now, not only to learn the real estate side, because I've bought and sold homes, owned investment properties, like know that gamut and that side of things, but man, relatively less than 2 years into this side. And so that's a little bit about me when it comes to the realtor side of things. But shoot, man, how have I done it? Massive learning. I am somebody who constantly seeking to get in front of people who are blazing a trail and glean from them what I can and make it my own, and then go replicate it. And so how did I hear about eXp? Man, I listened to a ton of podcasts, tons of them. And I know these are voices of people who are out there crushing it. Like, I would hear they're doing this much business in this area. I'm seeing them on magazines. I'm seeing them in Inman, like you name it. And you start seeing this theme of like, well, this guy went and this girl went, and all of a sudden I run out of fingers in like 5 minutes. And so it's kind of like dude, I gotta see what's going on. Not even because I'm looking to leave, because I wasn't. And we can talk about that, but it demanded me to go and do my homework because frankly, initially, like I wasn't looking, like had no intention, had an outstanding relationship with my company, love my broker. And it was this thing of I kept hearing, kept listening, and these people that I massively respect kept moving.
Man, isn't that such a common theme, guys? Like that, it's not like we're going from, man, you know what, my business is tanking, I'm totally unhappy. It's about going from the cliche good to great. And what is that thing that's appealing? Is we see that this is appealing to the most entrepreneurial people, the people that want to take their business to a higher level. It's not people that are going, hey, you know what, the real estate's going to change. I'm going out of business. What's my last grasp? This is for the people that want a bigger life and that are attracted. And obviously, Inman covers a lot of things that are attractive. And I think Kevin and Fred kind of broke Inman. They were having to do so many stories about Kevin and Fred that they had to say that they got so many. No, they did. They got so many complaints from other real estate companies that they're like, this love affair with Kevin and Fred needs to stop. And so that's why you had to see him on the podcast instead of just Inman all the time.
Wow. Hey, Mark, so let me ask you, man, I'm on record as a guy that said I would never go to eXp. I said a few more stronger statements than that.
Tell the truth. What was it?
Was it love at first sight for you, man? Or how did the process of you finding yourself here today, making an announcement, and moving your license in the last few days, how did that whole process go about for you?
Yeah, man, outstanding question. No, it was not love at first sight. It was Man, I don't like the logo. It is not sexy to me. I don't like half the stuff I'm seeing. All the tech, I can go find somewhere else. Like, what is this? Look at this, man. We got this. Like, I don't know, dude. And so I was immediately like, there's something for me to learn here. Like, I'm not the guy who knows it all. But, dude, this ain't for me. Like, I like having my office. I like my people. I like walking in and seeing my admin who's going to add my stuff. Like, I like all of this. And like, man, no, it was just completely, what can I go take and make my own? And then they keep rocking and rolling. Like, I like my little world. My ecosystem is really nice. And so you guys have fun, but I'm hanging at Remax.
Logo, right? You keep that orange logo. That's great.
Yeah, you keep that in the background.
Yeah. So
we'll swap it out in a second here.
I genuinely want to know what flipped you, what changed. Like, I've talked to you, but I haven't heard you tell this part of this story. So, like, what changed?
So, like I said, I kept seeing these guys who I would listen to on podcasts. I would go take their stuff. Like, I would take stuff from you. You didn't even know what I was stealing stuff from you. And I would go use it, and they kept doing it. And so I'm like, okay, man, I need to go do my homework because my nature is ready, aim, shoot. You know, I mean, ready, shoot, aim. I'm blowing and going. Let's get something. Let's activate this process and let's move. But man, this was the total opposite. It was, I need to do massive, massive homework because the phrase everybody uses, this is disrupting the industry. And it was, again, you can't see the results and not acknowledge that. And so spent about 4 months deeply digging in, deeply processing, listening to Kevin Cottrell's podcast and listening. And literally, I would just go into the iTunes store, type in eXp Realty and listen to everything. Go look at every chart. Just consume as much as possible. And the thing that drew me most and was ultimately the linchpin in the conversation is frankly, if I was going to get in front of guys like you and get you to speak into my business, it was going to cost me tens of thousands of dollars to do that. Just being super honest. You can not shake your head, but we all know that's the truth. It was going to cost me a lot of money out of my pocket. What I saw in eXp is what I'm experiencing in this moment. It was people who were not only going to stand behind you and cheer you on, but it was going to be people who stood in front of you and blazed a path for you to go farther than you could have ever gone on your own. What I get to do over the next 2 or 3 years otherwise would have taken me 10 years. It was just, once I saw that, it was like, are you kidding me? Everything else that's awesome about this company, which there is a lot, but everything else was secondary at best. Being able to be in the right room with the right people where I was little bitty nobody in the scope of things, that's the room I want to be in, man. That is the room I want to be in. And that's what eXp gave me. It provided me a place where I could have access to the leading minds in this industry and be able to be kind of the dummy walking in and saying, hey, I just need to glean. I need to absorb. I need to marinate in this because I do want to be the guy on the other end of this phone call in 2, 3, 5 years, but I'm not going to get there overnight. And I'm not foolish enough to think it didn't cost a lot for you to get there, but I want to know what is the roadmap, and eXp gave me that.
Dude, can we bottle that? That was some good stuff right there.
How do I clone you? How do I clone this guy? I read his mind.
I was just going to say, like, the thing is, first of all, Curtis is probably mildly offended. He came for the logo. He didn't actually check out anything else.
No.
Like, you see this logo? I'm joining this new company. And he was
Stanford, please don't hate me. I don't hate your logo.
No, I didn't make the logo. I got nothing with that. In fact, but I'll tell you, when I started, I had a super small logo down the corner because I was like, I don't want to make a big deal about this.
Yeah.
And then as it started having dialogue, a lot of people want to talk to me all the time about it. So I'm like, well, I'll just make the logo bigger. And I just kept going until the logo was pretty much the same size. So obviously we've got our own colors and different things like that. But man, Mark, you just crushed it. You crushed a bunch of stuff with that. But one of the things, I think kind of the genesis of our conversation, Kevin, Fred, about a year ago, we sat down. One of the many times we've sat down and talked about how do we kind of combine our teams and still run it and still pull each other. Part of our dialogue, if you guys want to talk about this, was how do we take some of the things with eXp? Because you guys were definitely a hell no. But I was like, hey, guys, I think that there's something here. And it was like, how do we take some of those things and put it into our own business? And I think we all kind of go through that same, thing. And part of what I got to maybe just a little bit faster than Kevin and Fred was, you know what? I can't duplicate this stuff. I can't create this revenue share. I can't create this stock. I can't get on the NASDAQ. I can't open up in 50 states. I can't do those things. And as much as the ego I want to think I can, they've got 8 years on me. And is it better just to jump on a train and help push and win instead of recreate everything? I don't know.
I mean, to me, that was obvious the more I got into it, because the more you study innovation, you see it is almost never the guy who actually comes up with the great idea who takes it to that global level. It's the 2 or 3 people behind it. And so for me, it was like, yeah, you know, I could try to fight to go create some of this, but man, how moronic. Like, what a massive waste of time when I can jump in and learn and produce and go from 60 to 150, and that be like a real thing that's just not letters, numbers on a wall. That's a real thing that we're chasing after, and there's going to be structure in place because I have people who have been there and done it. It's not just little lone Mark McMinn sitting in his office twiddling his thumbs. It's real people around me speaking into what I'm doing. It's incredible, man.
Well, you know, Mark McMinn is never sitting around twiddling his thumbs.
We both
know you from the minute we first spoke, which is honestly, but this is the thing about the company, is it attracts folks like you who go, you know what? Like, you were already doing something, man. You were on a path that you, quite frankly, don't give yourself enough credit for, and you are going to go far. And now I agree, you're going to go farther. You're going to go further, but so are we because of it. And this is the thing that when Curtis sat down and showed us this model and we actually opened our mind to it, that's what we saw too, is the ability to get into business with folks like yourself, so that way all of our businesses can get better and grow to that next level. And I mean, we're seeing it right here in real time.
100%, man. 100%. And then, I mean, literally there are 30 things underneath that larger principle. I mean, for me as a guy who is getting ready to be in multiple states, in 2019, there's a big push into South Carolina where I have a lot of relationship people who need someone to step in and fight for them. And so previously, man, I'm living in my little bubble in Gwinnett County, and I'm taking territory here and I'm taking territory here, but everything's living under this small MLS hub. You know what eXp did? It opened up the whole umbrella for me. It opened up the entire conversation. And so the more I dug into it, the more it was like, not only is this the right call, man, I would be doing a massive disservice to myself, my clients, and my family if I did not do this. And I heard Dan Beer make this statement. He said, jumping in right now to eXp, it's probably a little bit later than he said it, but his statement was, it's like jumping in the first inning of the World Series and you're on the winning team. And for me, it was just like, dude,
yeah,
you have to, like, when you see all of that, it's just like,
so
maybe
what would
there's
you,
yeah, go ahead.
That's great stuff. So what advice would you have? So just like, you know, you're very complimentary of Kevin and Fred, whether they deserve it or not, you know, hey, I don't know. But no, I love those guys. But like, you're looking at this going, hey, this is great to be able to kind of tie in and be able to, you know, to tie into thousands and thousands of transactions and learn those things so you can kind of collapse time. The same thing as maybe someone that's just starting out and you've got a little bit of a ramp up, not that long, but you've done such amazing things during this. They're able to do the same thing with you, right? They're able to go, well, how do I get my business to, you know, doing 50, 60 deals in the first year and a half? Like, that's amazing. Do you know, like the amount of people that are able to pull that off, it's just such a small percent. So they're able to model the same behaviors that you've got. They're able to do that. And then as they grow, they want maybe some more advice. You're going to go through some experiences and learn some things. You go into different markets that Kevin and Fred have done and they've mastered. And so it's not just these massive, you know, mega teams of 20, 30, 50 people. It's everybody. This is a good fit for anybody that wants a bigger life. They can tie right into Mark.
And that's what I had a conversation this morning. It was a girl I connected Kevin to last night. She and I are working on a deal together, and in a moment, she just kind of expressed I'm chewing on transition. I'm not getting enough where I am of coaching. I got results. The coaching's not there and the access isn't there. Tell me about what you did. And so we jumped into this conversation, and her immediate thought was, that sounds like it's great for teams, but I'm not a team. I'm solo. And I was like, raise your hand with me. Like, both of us, yes. But again, what this gives me is access to a lot of people, a lot of information, a lot of coaching, and it's going to save me a lot, because I would imagine for a lot of us, the end goal is adding, if not multiple team members, an admin, an ISA. I mean, there's tons of things underneath that. And so you're telling me none of that would apply to you? None of that would put you in a better situation than you're in right now. Come on, let's be honest for a minute. It would bring so much value to you, so much value to your business, and ultimately a lot of value to your clients, which is really why we're all in this in the first place. So,
wow. Hey, Mark, man, your mindset and just the way that you think and go about things, and the limits that you're willing to acknowledge, but then you're willing to rip them down when you quickly see something else that's bigger. Like, I just have mad respect for you, man, for just the way you're thinking and the way you're approaching the business. I want to ask you a question that actually has nothing to do with eXp, but I know we're all bringing value, right? I'm not going to throw something out crazy at you, but there's a lot of agents that are going to watch this in the future, some that may be interested in eXp, that some may not. Yeah. As an agent that just got in the business 18 months ago, what are a couple of the things that really got your business off to a fast start? What are some of the things that you'd recommend for maybe a new agent that might be watching this, or a newer agent anyway, who's going, well, man, I've been in the business a couple months longer than Mark, and I haven't quite had that success. Like, what's he doing differently? I know you're a giver, man, and I feel like if there's something we could do here for somebody that might be watching today that could learn from somebody in your shoes, that'd be really cool if we could give them a little nugget or two.
Yeah, man. So I'm going to answer broadly and then apply it to myself very specifically. So for me, I am I spend a lot of money, a lot of time drilling down who is Mark McMinn, what is he great at, where does his gifting lie? And so for me, man, I can win people, dude. Like, I can win people. I love spending time with people. And so for me, initially off the jump, it was going to people in my office and saying, hey, you got these listings that I don't have yet. Can I go sit open houses for you? And dude, I would push. So I'd put out 40 signs. These things would say, Mark McMinn, local expert. I mean, I went on Instagram and looked at everybody's open house signs, and I just stole the best ones and made them my own, and then put like 40 of these bad boys out everywhere, to the point where you had to make a decision. I'm not talking to this guy, or I have to talk to this guy. I mean, I forced you into a corner if you were thinking about real estate to do something with me. And so at open houses, man, I would get there and some people would say, no, don't talk to him. Let him walk the house. And I'm like, bro, are you kidding? This is a chance for me to spend quality time with people, add value to their process, answer their questions. You're telling me not to use this time? Are you out of your mind? And so we would go in and we would try to create a really exceptional experience without spending a lot of money. And so we dug into that. We dug down how to partner with vendors and all that kind of fun stuff. And on the front end, it was killing open houses. And then I kept hearing Facebook advertising. And so spent the little dimes that I had at the moment and got some really good coaching from Grant Wise and some of the guys over at his team. And man, that began being this huge filter, for this huge funnel for business into my life. And again, appropriately was told, listen, it takes 8 to 12 contacts. I mean, half these people are not going to do anything for 6 months. And dude, I can be patient. Like, I can wait you out. I can add value, no doubt about it. Because for me, it's that Gary Vaynerchuk idea. I'm going to add value whether you use me or not. Like, I'm going to make your life better if it never benefits me. And you know what? The secret is it will. It will benefit you. And so, I mean,
that's great, man. No, and we need to spend a ton of time, but what I heard in that applies to how you approached eXp and how I think you approach everything in your life, which is I'm going to go out and I'm going to go model and look at what other people are doing, and then model some of the best of the best. And then I'm going to bring my infectious energy and all of me to the table, and I'm going to go after this, and I'm not going to expect overnight results. You said that a couple times. But I'm going to be willing to wait. I'm going to consistently and effectively and infectiously go after what I'm going after until I get the results that I know I deserve to have. And people need me. They need my help. Like you just have such a great mentality, and it's just no surprise to me that you're finding success not only in your new business. You're going to find success in building a team. You're going to find success in building multiple teams around the country in different markets. You're going to find success attracting agents to eXp, not because you're out there 40 hours a week trying to purposefully call through cold listed agents, but just because people are going to want to know, what are you up to, Mark McMinn, and how do I get around that energy?
100%. And I just had a conversation this morning with an agent in Florida that we're in the same network group, and she was in the process of doing some team stuff. And I knew I'd spent many, many hours preparing a bunch of contracts and how to approach these relationships and I even used some previous career stuff. And I just said, like, hey, I see that you're doing that. Can I just send you everything that I've searched for, spent literally 50, 60 hours kind of digging through this information, collecting? Can I just send it all to you? You may not like any of it, but it's cost me a lot of my time, and maybe it can push you forward. And,
Yeah.
and that's the whole mindset. When you give, people want to be around that. And that is what he is. It's give you stock, literally, like, you are owning this company. That is the definition of give.
And there's perfect alignment too behind the giving. Now you're a guy that's giving even if the model that you're in and your old real estate brokerage wasn't there. You were just giving to give. And then you go give inside eXp, and the alignment inside eXp creates even more like just this exponential effect of benefit for everybody, right? It's just the way the system's set up, and it is why the company grows so fast. So I know we probably need to wrap it up, man, but I can sit here and talk to you all day long, and I'm excited
because we're gonna
get to do that in a couple weeks.
I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Come out to Arizona. I'm excited to spend time with you, man. And man, just like, this is exciting. So maybe in wrapping up, if there's some people that just need a little more Mark McMinn in their life, like, I don't know about you, but even if you have no interest in joining eXp, you'd be silly not to take this guy up on a 5-minute conversation just to see what value he could add to your life. And I know he would just give and give to you from that place. So how do people get a hold of you if they have questions or they just want to get to know you more?
So a few things. If you're in Georgia, South Carolina specifically, and you are looking to move forward, flat out, cards on the table, like, I'm looking to add people into my space and help them take a next. Because what I have done, there are real systems that are in play, and I want to give you those. I want to partner with you. If you are not part of those areas, or you're not looking to shift, guess what? I still want to help you. And so find me on social, super easy, Mark, M-A with a K, M-A-R-K, McMinn, M-C-M-I-N-N, on really every platform on social. And then my cell phone, 770-545-0402. Call me up. Let's connect, grab coffee. We'll make it happen. Because ultimately, man, I want to see you win. There's way more than enough business for everybody here. And so we all need to be winning, and I want to see you win.
I'm telling you, man, I just keep reading Curtis' expressions, and he's just like, where'd this guy come from? Like,
we just got a lot better, man. I mean, it's just like he's just smooth. We just need more of him and less of us.
Yes.
Be for real, man. Again, I can't be more honored. Like, truly, I wish I could pull my heart out.
Yep. Well, hey, Mark, man, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Thanks for just being really transparent and also just being a giver, man, inside and out.
Man. Awesome.
And we're excited to continue to collaborate more, excited to hang out with you in a few weeks. And I'm very hopeful that a lot of people will reach out to you that don't know you, that may know Curtis or Kevin and I, because I think everybody in the real estate industry needs to get to know Mark McMinn really quickly.
Absolutely.
So,
hey, guys, blessings. Thank you so much for your time and your support. It means the world to me. Thank you.
Thanks, fellas.
Have a great one. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in today and joining us. For more information regarding eXp Realty, we'd like to invite you to one of our Discover the Truth of eXp Realty webinars. You can find that information at kevinandfred.com/truth. Again, that's kevinandfred.com/truth. Thanks so much. Create yourself a great day.